It was also a really powerful film about raising awareness of the discrimination that is still so rampant abroad against LGBTQ individuals and the impact that an act of discrimination can have on someone. Um, I loved that this film was bookended by live footage. Well, um, yeah, live footage um, of this man's. First, it begins with him going through the airport and beginning his trip, and then we shift into a portrait art style, which I thought was so beautiful. Um, the artwork in this film displays human emotion so beautifully. It looks like all of these portraits are just staring into your soul, and displaying the emotion on their face so well. I was captivated. Even though most of these portraits were still and they weren't super animated, I was still um, drawn into the story, still connecting with what he was saying and involved in the story he was telling. When the face on the screen starts to melt after he experiences the humiliation at the airport, I thought that was a really powerful moment. And when he talks about his insecurities and we have these disfigured, downright creepy portrait faces staring back at us, I saw that as the depiction of his insecurities in these warped faces, and it was just very well done. It definitely gave you the uncomfortable feeling that insecurity will do to someone. I liked the message that sometimes masculinity can be a mask um, that we wear to try and protect ourselves, or in this case, him. He's trying to protect himself by wearing this mask of ultra masculinity.
A fascinating story about a gay man's being harassed and accosted during a layover in Dubai. I thought there was a lot of interesting ideas about self, sense of self, especially in the context of a culture that has a criminal approach to gay people and to sort of being trapped in a space in which a culture shock isn't just a sort of emotional feeling, but a feeling that you might have a physical threat against your life and that there's danger for being who you are in this place. So I thought the piece had a good sort of big picture setting, not just around Dubai, but sort of cultural world setting around how quickly your sense of self identity changes depending on where you are. I thought it had a good sense of a personal, self reflective approach of our main subject that I thought was quite effective. And I thought the animation style conceit and the narration conceit made the piece feel very personal. So I thought it was easy to get into.
Interesting and compelling story. Um, the way it's told here, very matter of factly, just makes you feel like we're sitting down with this fellow and just hearing this story rather than being seated and watching a film. So it was a really sort of quaint feel for such a serious stakes sort of topic.
I really like the way he told the story in like first person narrative. Like it draws you in, like almost like you feel like I guess how you feel like as a therapist when people just like are just like narrating, just like telling their story or whatever, and you're like listening and feeling and empathizing. I think the first person voiceover put us right there with that. And then also I really like the whole like art, um, especially because of the whole vibe of because of the choice to just do straight first person voiceover. Like you got to put something on screen, and I thought it was a great choice to do like all the art, like the paintings and stuff. I think it really like drew us in even more.
But the way it's told is not like, through like the interviews or the footages, but it's told through drawings. And there's like a voiceover narration, like talking about the life, discussing it. And I feel like it's like a traditional, like nice way to kind of like, getting into like a life of a person, trying to like go into like every detail, and with the drawings it's kind of like make things like lively. And I believe it's about like an LGBTQ plus like subjects